So once again, I'm along the river path going towards Mount Vernon that turns into the river walk. And today I actually have other plans, but I'm waiting for a bus. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to be crossing this bridge and seeing what's on this side of the river. And of course, before I cross this bridge, I have to figure out how to cross it. I might have to go down that way to get on the ramp to cross the bridge. I guess I will find out. It was probably unnecessary, but I took a little circuit through downtown just to see if there's anything going on today. But now I am crossing the bridge, and it looks like there's a sidewalk on this side of the bridge. Maybe on both. Only on one side, so I did have to go under it. And this looks like it's an older bridge. I'd be interested to know when this was built. So I checked on a map, and after crossing the bridge, this is still the city of Mount Vernon. The city limits are on both sides of the water. However, there is a lot less buildings and people here. And the main thing I came to see today was not the town, but was this park along the river. So we will be seeing that as soon as I can figure out how we turn on or turn in. So this is Edgewater Park. It's 7.63 acres, so not gigantic, but it's more than a neighborhood park. And you see there, purchased by the Federal Emergency Management Agency. I imagine that one of the reasons why this park exists is I saw on the other side of the river there is a dike system, a levee system. Here, it doesn't look like there is, and all of this looks a lot flatter. So one reason this park is here is probably because you couldn't otherwise live here because the Skagit it's in the Skagit floodplain. So I imagine that was why FEMA was one of the agencies that bought it. So I am just following this road, don't know where I'm going. Over there, you can see there is a disc golf basket. So much like Leverage Park in Vancouver, this has a couple facilities including disc golf. There's a boat ramp here. Doesn't seem to be a path along the water here. Might be over this way. Well, this certainly looks like some sort of beach. Don't know if it goes along for long or if it's just a little scrap of land. But it is a beach. So now I'm on the trail, and this is very lush with a number of plants. And I was in Rio Dell just a little bit over a month ago, and this reminds me of that trail in Rio Dell, and for similar reasons. This is an area close to the water with a moderated climate and a lot of rainfalls, and probably a pretty high water table. So there's going to be a lot of plants here, although now I'm a liar because we just came into a meadow. And some of the plants I'm seeing are very similar to what I've seen in Rio Dell because we're still on the Pacific coast. But obviously there is some differences because we are further north and in a slightly different ecosystem. So for example, this looks like some type of raspberry. I can't tell from the leaf shape. So for example, when I was by the Eel River in Rio Dell, I saw a lot more of the thimbleberry or salmonberry, and those are in the same genus. There's related plants, but so you do have this differentiation where different species in the same genus will be more or less prominent as you go north or south or inland or towards the coast on the Pacific coast. But in general, the understory is the same type of plants. As another example of that, this looks like snowberry, which is a very common understory plant in the Willamette Valley, but something about the shape of the leaves or the size, it does get kind of tall here, makes me think this is not the snowberry that I'm used to. Alternatively, it could just be snowberry growing a different way because it's in a more mild and wetter climate than in the Willamette Valley. So the essence of biology is unity in diversity. So here we have reached a sandy beach. It's not the largest beach, just this scoop of land here. It would be interesting for me to know the geographical history of this area and why we have what looks like ocean sand inland. And the Puget Sound has seen many rises and falls over the years, but since I'm not an expert, I won't try to guess. I'll just say this is a sandy beach inland, and I'm walking on it for a while, then I'm going to turn around, go back to town. I am also not sure if this comes across in the video where maybe the water looks more blue, but depending on the angle, it's looked quite green, and much like I said in Rio Dell and Scotia, that's probably due to glacial milk, rocks being ground down up in the Cascades that way. And the Skagit River, this is the Skagit River, it actually starts in Canada and has a really long course, over a short distance, a short linear distance, and it goes through a lot of mountains before hitting its floodplain around here. It's alluvial plain. So it's carrying down a lot of sediment. And also it looks really nice. Heading back now. Also on this trail, I've seen 3 people. I saw more people in the park part of the park, but on this trail, I've seen 3 people, and this is really nice weather, and it's Memorial Day, and this is a tourist town. So if I only saw 3 people today, I can imagine this trail is usually a good place to go for solitude. So, as I've said many times, you know, from one viewpoint, wow, it looks like I'm way out there. Actually, the disc golf course is like 50 feet to my left. This is just a lot of underbrush, but we're still in the park. I've returned to the entrance of the park, and I could just go back over the bridge to town, but I want to follow this path and see if there is more park or something in this direction. I do also have a lot of time, so might as well see what I can see. Well, looks like this path continues for a while under the bridge, so I might as well see what's here. I have 90 minutes until my bus leaves, or more. So it looks like the path does end here, and so this part of the park is just a little bit more of the disc golf course. And so I'm gonna head back across the bridge into downtown, such as it is. And so this park, really nice park, not like a spectacular natural park, but nice place to hang out, especially nice sunny day. So hope you enjoyed.